12 Statistics about architecture industry growth. The architecture industry is dependent on innovation. Plain and simple, the implementation of new technology will always be one of the main factors that catalyze its growth. The annual growth of the global architectural service industry increased by 2.1% from 2014 till 2019. The growth of the architecture industry results in a 2.2% increase annually from 2015 to 2020. 1.74 million people are employed in the global architecture industry as of January 2019. Increased employment in the architecture industry could mean higher economic benefits for larger firms, especially when there are 600,000 architecture businesses arising globally. 20% of architects considered themselves to be self-employed instead of operating in a larger organization in 2018. Nearly 20% of architects in the industry in the United States are self-employed. 69% are working for architectural or engineering services. 6% are working for the government and construction services, according to the 2018 Bureau of Labor Statistics. The remaining fall into another category. In January 2019, there was an estimated number of 607,000 architecture-related businesses worldwide. The largest architecture firm in the world, Gensler, has 2,570 architects employed and a fee income of between $1 billion to $1.5 billion as of 2017. The largest architecture firm, Gensler, is positioned number 1 in the USA. The second on the list is Nikken Sakai, which is in Japan, with 1,796 working architects and an income of between $500 to $599 million. The third largest is Ecom, in the USA, with 1,491 working architects and an income of between $320 to $329 million. You may start to think that less is always more, but surprisingly, the 16th largest architecture firm on the list, Jacobs, only has 636 architects employed, but the same fee income of between $1 billion to $1.5 billion as Gensler, the first largest. In a 2017 survey, when 1,617 architects were asked about their weekly working hours, only 3% have stated they worked a total of 35 hours. According to the 2017 survey provided by the Architectural Review, 35% of the architects have answered 35 to 40 hours per week. 27% of architects reported working from 40 to 45 hours per week. 20% were working 45 to 50 hours per week. Lastly, 13% were working over 50 hours per week. That's 1 in 8 architects working longer than average hours. Do architects ever sleep? In 2017, only 3 architecture firms out of the 100 biggest architecture firms were run by female CEOs. And only 2 out of the listed firms are more than 50% female in the management department. Only 10% of women that occupy highest-ranking positions at leading architecture firms. The other 16 firms from the list have no women in senior positions. Your favorite game was originally designed to be a simulator for architects. That's right. Sims, which was finally debuted in 2000, had the original concept of allowing its players to make designs of houses, then allowing its other characters to test it. Very much like Sims City. 91% of architecture firms in the US have under 19 working employees. According to the American Institute of Architects, that percentage is even higher in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and many other countries. When 2,031 adults were asked in a survey about building safety, 79% didn't know that architects also have the responsibility of ensuring that the structures of the buildings correlate with safety regulations. The role of an architect doesn't just end at managing the design of a building. In fact, 86% of surveyed adults didn't know that architects are also responsible for the negotiation and management of the participating contractors. The other 72% of surveyed adults weren't aware that architects actually have to apply for a developmental approval or a building permit before proceeding with the design. That's all from now. Keep watching us at mapia.pk. Thank you.